Before starting the video, please like and subscribe. Enjoy your viewing. The main character in this story is Getz. The black swordsman Getz visits a city ruled by a cruel snake baron and deals with a group of the baron-ass men in a tavern. Later, Getz fights with the baron himself, who takes the form of a monstrous snake and extracts a mysterious stone from the body of the defeated opponent. At the end of the episode, a flashback from Getz's past is shown, the battle with Bezuso and the first meeting with Griffith. Several soldiers from the Falcon squad are trying to rob a young Getz. Getz defeats them, but he himself is severely wounded at the hands of Griffith, the captain of the Falcon squad. Instead of finishing off the enemy, Griffith orders Getz to be taken to a mercenary camp. After recovering from his wounds, Getz challenges Griffith. Getz is defeated by Griffith again and agrees to fight under him. The mercenaries join the Midland army, and their mission is to attack the enemy force camp. Getz is assigned the position of the rear guard. He successfully copes with his task, and the mercenaries accept him as an equal. Getz talks to Judo and Griffith about the Falcon squad. Griffith shares with Getz his plans. He wants to become king. Getz recalls his childhood in mercenary camps and on the battlefield. Gambino, Guts' adoptive father, tries to kill the boy, but Guts kills him. The action returns to the present. Rickard brings Getz the news of his appointment to an officer position. 2 years after Getz joined the squad, he and his comrades successfully prove themselves on the battlefield, defeating the Tudor cavalry, the Knights of the Black Ram. Griffith is knighted by the King of the Midlands. The Falcons storm the forest fort, commanded by Adon Kobrowitz. Thanks to Getz, Griffith and his men escape the trap. The King of Midland instructs the Falcon squad to recapture the castle from the Tudor Empire. The Falcon squad encounters a legendary warrior named Nosferatu Zod. Getz descends into the castle's cellars to fight Zod one-on-one. Having received a severe wound from Getz, Zod takes the form of a monstrous demon and almost kills Getz and Griffith, who came to his aid. Zod, however, stops the fight himself when he sees the Baharite on Griffith's neck, and flies away, warning Getz that Griffith will ruin his friend. In the Midlands, the wounded Griffith and Getz are being honored as heroes. Griffith gets close to the royal family and flirts with Princess Charlotte, the king's daughter. Meanwhile, Adon Kobrowitz takes command of the impregnable Fort Brax, which guards the road across the river. A squad of falcons is advancing to storm it. The strike force is crossing the river. Getz enters the fortress through the back gate disguised as a Tudor soldier and opens the main gate. Adon Kobrowitz escapes from the fortress on a raft, and the falcons triumph. Griffith receives the title of Count and the honorable duty of guarding the King of Midland on the autumn hunt, to the fury of Count Julius, who is plotting Griffith's murder. On the hunt, Griffith talks to Princess Charlotte again. Hail, Julius man, shoots Griffith from the bushes, but the Falcon commander manages to survive. A poisoned arrow hits Baharite hidden under his armor. Griffith realizes who is behind the assassination attempt and sends Getz to secretly kill Julius. Getz watches Julius train with his son Adonis. He enters the Countess' estate and kills both the owner and his son, who happen to witness the murder. Later, Getz overhears Griffith's monologue addressed to Charlotte. For Griffith, a true friend may not be someone who blindly follows Griffith, but only someone who, like Griffith himself, pursues his own dream. The Falcons go to war again. This time the main forces of Midland and Tudor collide on the battlefield. Koska fights with Adon Kobrowitz. Getz comes to her rescue and defeats the Tudor knight, but as a result, both Getz and Koska fall into the river and are cut off from their squad. Getz finds a cave, where he then continues to warm the helmet with his body. Getz and Koska spend the night in the forest. Koska tells the story of her life. Griffith saved her from a rapist and gave her a weapon with which she could stand up for herself. Later, Koska witnessed how Griffith sold himself to the pervert Jenin in exchange for money for the squad. When Getz appeared, she realized that she would not be Griffith's chosen friend. Getz and Koska try to get out of the forest, but encounter Adon Kobrowitz's squad searching for them. Despite the enemy's multiple superiority in strength, the heroes take the fight. Koska runs away from the Tudors, but they catch her and try to rape her. Getz is left fighting alone against hundreds of soldiers. The helmet is rescued by the soldiers of the Falcon squad who arrived on time. They return to the battlefield and discover that Getz single-handedly killed all the opponents. Upon returning to the camp, Getz and Koska again have a quiet conversation with each other. Koska behaves more feminine, and Getz admits that he feels superfluous in the squad, Each of the falcons has his own dream, but he only has a thirst for battle. The Midland army is defeated during the assault on Doldrey, a strategically important fortress on the border. Griffith volunteers to take Doldrey with a single falcon squad. General Boscan asks knights to defend Doldrey, but Jenin, Griffith asks former lover, commands the fortress. Two armies clash in a decisive battle under the walls of Doldrey. Taking advantage of the absence of the main enemy forces in Doldrey fortress, Casca and her men break inside, where Casca encounters Adon Cobblerwoods for the last time and kills him. At the same time, Getz engages in a duel with the mighty General Boscan and receives unexpected help from Nosferatu Zod, who is watching the battle. The Falcon squad is victorious. At the same time, in the capital, the Queen of the Midlands and the ministers conspire against Griffith and decide to poison him.